Greetings in the name of Jesus Christ. I welcome all our viewers to a new episode of the Weekly Manna. In this week's Weekly Manna, I bring a topic titled The Dangers of Overconfidence. Having confidence is something that we tend to encourage even our children. We tell sometimes ourselves to have confidence of handling situations and so on. But sometimes, we got to understand the risks and the dangers involved in overconfidence. Because of experience, because of our past successes, because of what has happened in the past to us, we tend to have a bit of overconfidence. Having overconfidence is a bit danger. We've got to consider what are the dangers of overconfidence. While it is important to have confidence, we as Christians should understand what are the dangers of overconfidence as well. Let me just explain this from a verse in Gospel of Matthew chapter 26. Verses 33, it says, Peter said to him, even though all may fall away because of you, I will never fall away. Here Peter is making a very strong statement to Jesus and saying that even though everybody else might fail, I will not fail. He makes a statement. And Jesus then replies and says, Jesus said to Peter, and says, truly I say to you that this very night, before a rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. It is not after a few days or few months. It is going to happen tonight itself, Peter. You know what? Before the rooster crows, you're going to be denying me not once, twice, but rather 3 times you're going to deny me. This person who made this very strong statement, if nobody else is going to stand, I'm going to be standing. This is what he said. But Peter doesn't stop there. Peter doesn't take into consideration the warning that Jesus gave. What Peter says, he continues to be overconfident, and he says, Peter said to him, even if I have to die for you, or die with you, I will not deny you. This is what he continued to say. But we know the story. The same chapter, when we come to verses 69 onwards, we see that Jesus was arrested. And Peter was there sitting outside in the courtyard. And a servant girl came to him and said, you too were with Jesus the Galilean. And to which Peter replies and says, he denied. And he says, I do not know what you are talking about. Look, within the same chapter itself, now Peter has started denying Jesus. And then he comes on to say, I do not know the man. Whom are you talking about? When the lady thinks that he was somebody with Jesus, he says, what are you talking about? I do not know the person. And when, it continues, when little later the bystanders came up there and said to Peter, surely you too are one of them, for even the way you talk gives you away, they said. For which he began to curse and swear. And he said, I do not know the man. And immediately a rooster crowed, it says. Look, Peter, who made those big statements few minutes ago, few hours ago, now he has denied Jesus. He even cursed, he mocked, and he swore it. See, what we understand is overconfidence kills our ability to make wise decisions. It takes away our ability to reflect back. It takes our ability to make reasonable corrections. It doesn't help us to go forward in an open-minded thought. Rather, what happens? We become very closed. We would not want to listen to anybody's corrections because we think of our previous successes. Overconfidence is dangerous. Let me share the story. Once there was a helicopter that used to visit a village once a while. The helicopter used to come to the village and the villagers used to get a ride. They used to pay the money, get a token, and go for the ride on this helicopter. This used to happen and the people really enjoyed. That was once when the helicopter again came and there was a family of 4, a husband, a wife, and 2 of their children. They all wanted to go together. So the pilot who was handling it said that, we only got 3 seats here. With me, I've got somebody who can sit in the front and 2 people can sit at the back. But this family was so much, they were so much in the desire of traveling together. They took up the token for 4 people to ride and they said, let's talk to the pilot and tell him that, we want to go together. So the pilot who was very benevolent, he finally agreed, okay, let me give it a go. You 4 of you can go together. So they all climbed into it and they flew. This helicopter ascended up into the skies. It moved into an open field. And suddenly in that open field, a disaster happened where the helicopter fell into the grounds, into the field. It crash landed. And the pilot quickly came out of all the rumble there. He came looking out for the passengers who were with him. He was extremely sorry that he permitted the 4 of them to ride. So as he came out and he was trying to get these people up back on their feet, the woman says to her husband, you know what? Last time we almost fell close to this. I think so. It's only a few meters away from where we actually fell last time. See what happened? Previously, an incident happened where 4 of them rode together and the helicopter had crashed. And now they went again and they went for the same ride. And the same thing has happened again. Yes, they fell just few meters away. So they were not willing, because of the confidence in the past, they were not able to learn from what happened in their past to make reasonable corrections so that things would not repeat in their lives. Children of God, let's not have overconfidence in our own abilities. Let us not have over-dependence on our own, skills and our own abilities. But rather, let us go to this verse in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 10, where Apostle Paul, who had several reasons to be proud about his abilities, several reasons to trust upon his own skills, he makes a comment and he says, but by the grace of God, I am what I am. Let us trust on God and say, God, every skill, every ability that I have is not because of my extreme, not because of my practice or because of my experience or because of my any special talent, but rather I am what I am because purely of your grace. Let us not have this false sense of security, a false sense of pride and boasting, trusting on our own abilities and having a sense of overconfidence. May God richly bless us all. Thank you.